All right, today we're gonna work on this, I don't know, mid-70s, I'm assuming, McCulloch. All right, today we're gonna work on this, I don't know, mid-70s, I'm assuming, McCulloch 650, and it's a bow saw. I haven't seen very many of them. I actually looked it up on YouTube, and I think I've seen one other bow saw on there. So I think it's kind of cool. I got it given to me years and years and years ago, probably 8 to 10 years ago, and I never got it running. When I first got it, I tried to get it running, and I got it to spark here and there, and that was it. So I put it up on the shelf and said, next winter I'll get it running, and I just never have. So I'm gonna see if we can get this thing to fire up and cut some firewood with it, and hopefully it runs good and I can get a good video for you on this one. So stick around and see what happens. All right, McCulloch 650 Pro something. It's a bow saw. I've never had this thing running. When I very first got it, probably 8 years ago, I did try to get it running. I know it did run because the guy cut all his firewood with the saw before he died. It sat for probably a year before I got it, and I've got spark out of it, but I've never got it to run. So I'm gonna, and it is free still, and it's got spark. So I'm gonna take this off here, move you guys here. Need to take this cover off of here. Pull this carb out. So everything looks pretty clean in there, really. So I'm not too worried about anything. It's probably gummed up, or the pickup to the fuel is not getting any fuel. So pull this thing off of here. Pull a couple linkages, and we're good to go. So as I was tearing the saw down, I was turning it over, and I kept hearing blow by really bad. And so what I seen was, in the spark plug in the back, it wasn't seating correctly. So I had a bunch, I don't remember what spark plug was in it, maybe this one. And I mean, I put it in there, tried to, and it just seemed like when it would like get close to being tight, and then it wouldn't tighten all the way. So what I did is I took a longer spark plug that had longer threads on it, like too long, and I threaded it all the way in, and actually in and out a few times, and I cleaned up the head enough to I could put a bigger spark plug in it. Probably what was in it originally, a bigger spark plug. And once I did that, I turned it, I was turning it over by hand, and it was, you didn't hear it anymore. I think I had to do it a couple times. Pull it out, put it back in a few times, and I was spraying some little bit of soap and stuff on the edge, and eventually I tightened it up, and it just quit leaking. So then I'm like, all right, sweet. And then I put this side cover back on over here, and I'm pulling, and it's not doing anything. So I take the spark plug wire off, the spark plug on it, and it's not sparking. And if you look right here, that thing says off. Forward. Well, forward is on, because if you look down here on the side, it says stop and it says run. So I flipped that thing, threw a little bit of I had like 2 drops in my gas can of 2-stroke left, so I threw some of that straight down in here, pulled it over, she popped right off and ran. So I'm gonna finish assembling it back together. I'll get some gas tomorrow. Didn't really have any good gas, questionably old gas. It does have this primer thing here. I have no clue whether it works or not. Flooded the shit out of it. Should I just pull on it a few times? A little squirt. That's way too much.
Siphon, style pumping. That's probably great.
Well, we got gas up there now. It does run. The accelerator pump's working. Get some more fuel in it. I don't know what those sparks are flying out, but it runs. All right, it's a little smoky in here, but let's see if we can get this thing to start now. Make sure that's on. Give her a couple pumps. It's pretty awesome. I think that's a freaking win. I'm gonna get out of this shop because I can't breathe. All right, just pull this thing out of the shop. I'll prime it up. Let's loosen this chain up. I got this running last night. I haven't touched it since. Oh, gas. I don't know if it's coming out the cap because I know it's leaking there. Oh, she's flooded. Pouring out the exhaust. I don't know if you can see that. Pull it over a few times. It's just a stream of fuel. You got a bad back? This is for me. Cranking over a freaking anything with a pull start freaking kills me. Now that maybe it's not flooded, let's see what it does. There we go. It's mcculloch 650. I think it's a Pro Mac 650 bow saw. It's made for doing exactly that. It's not made for felling trees. It's not made for any of the other things except cutting firewood and poles. It does have a gear drive inside of here, so it's not straight off the crankshaft. It goes through a reduction drive. So that's why these spin a lot slower than a normal chainsaw, and it's got these giant teeth on it for the small of the saw. It does work pretty awesome though. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me getting this old mcculloch 650 running. Hopefully I can go cut some wood in the near future with it and get another little video, maybe a short or something with it, cutting out in the woods. But I'm kind of impressed after, it's got to be 8 to 10 years since this thing was running, minimum, because I had it probably 8 years and never had it running. So that's pretty awesome that she's back up and going. I have to do some more research on it, and if you guys know anything, let me know, because it's a pretty cool saw just to have running. So thanks for watching. If you can, hit the like, subscribe, whatever them buttons if you want to, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. And one more thing is, I pulled this thing, looking back on the video, I know there's probably a lot of me pulling it over, and there's probably 5 to 10 times more of me pulling it over that I edited out, because it's like, looking back, it's ridiculous. I primed this thing for hours, it seemed like, and I pulled that thing over hundreds and hundreds of times. I just wasn't using my brain, I guess. I should have took my time a little bit more instead of just assuming it was going to run. But I got it running either way. So, thanks.